Hi everyone. Sometimes in life there are things जिनके पास ना हमारे पास जिनके questions के हमारे पास answers नहीं होते हैं. Sometimes it's the questions that come in our exams. Sometimes it's the questions our girlfriends ask us after a night out. And sometimes it's the Liverpool midfield जिसके हमारे पास कोई answers नहीं है. So yeah, उन्हीं answers को figure out करने के लिए आज I am joined by Roshan Bhai, who is an eminent
Hi.
member of LFC Ahmedabad. Thank you Roshan Bhai for joining us.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
इंडी फुटबॉल पॉडकास्ट और एलएफसी अहमदाबाद ने डिसाइड किया है कि हर लिवरपूल के मैच का रिव्यू करेंगे. सो दिस इज द
Hmm.
सेकंड एपिसोड. हमने बहुत कूल सा थंबनेल भी बनाया है, सो आई विल टेक फुल क्रेडिट फॉर दैट. बट या, जोक्स अपार्ट, थैंक यू रोशन भाई फॉर जॉइनिंग अस. एंड क्या लगा कल के मैच के बाद? मुझे बहुत कुछ है बोलने को, पर मैं शब्द नहीं है इतनी बुराई करने के लिए. आप बताओ, हाउ डिड यू फाइंड द मैच?
I mean, bits and pieces it was really good actually. तुम देखोगे तो build up from the back अच्छा था. There were instances where we had good passing, like one touch passing करके हमने play बनाया था. Final third में it was a very weak performance that you could get to the box or outside the box, but you were not able to find those men. I think tactically it is very weird also क्योंकि as I mean even in our group discussion you would have seen यश का और हमारा basically यही है कि why is Darwin playing on the wings where he is not a
राइट.
player who is supposed to be playing on the wings. Jota is much better suited playing on the wings because he can cut inside. He has this ability to cut inside, like strongly hold the ball. And तुमने रियल मैड्रिड जैसे मैचेस में देख लिया है ऑलरेडी कि like how lethal Darwin is through the center.
राइट. राइट.
And then also Chelsea's defense is not fully set, like I mean you could have still bothered Koulibaly with Darwin. Like that matchup हमको चांस ही नहीं मिला वो मैचअप देखने का. So
देखो,
I just
मैं तो ये बोलूंगा लाइक अभी जैसे दो ही ने बोला है कि इविल अनुकर्ष इज एन अनदर यूनिवर्स इज हैप्पी विद द ड्रॉ. फैक्ट है देखो, बिकॉज हाउ
Look,
लिवरपूल हैव प्लेड. आई मीन व्हाट आई कैन से ना कि ड्रॉ हो गया बहुत बड़ी बात है, बिकॉज द वे लिवरपूल वर प्लेइंग, इट्स
we could
लाइक,
have lost the game actually.
या वी कुड हैव लॉस्ट द गेम. आई मीन अभी दर्शन भाई ने ज्वाइन किया. दर्शन भाई लाइक स्टिल अलाइव गाइस. आई डोंट नो हाउ. दर्शन भाई, हमें भी नहीं पता कैसे, because honestly how the match was going, it was like पहले तो at a point it was so boring, it was like watching paint को dry होते हुए. ऐसा था वो मैच. ठीक है.
Hmm.
एंड उसके बाद एक पॉइंट पे it was like क्या ही हो रहा है कि वो हर शॉट पे शॉट मार दिया चेल्सी. एंड वो तो चेल्सी के पास फिनिशर्स नहीं है. लाइक मार ही डाला था डिफेंस को दर्शन भाई. आई कांट इवन डिसएग्री विद दैट. व्हाट डू यू थिंक रोशन भाई, आपको क्या लगता है?
I'll stick to the point that I had even in the last podcast was where is Nat Phillips? देखो
ओके.
मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ कि लाइक अगर if you want to like jeopardize the match with clueless Matip, I would say ठीक है. Nat Phillips को जनरली इसीलिए नहीं खिलाते क्योंकि ही इज नॉट क्विक ऑन द बॉल. बट चेल्सी में कोई प्लेयर्स है नहीं हु कैन बी वेरी क्विक ऑन द बॉल और लाइक ड्रिबलर्स और एनीथिंग.
मडरिक आ
एंड
जाता तो,
एंड
अगर बाद में मडरिक.
मुड्रिक तो बाद में आ जाता तो शायद उसके हिसाब से कर लेते. बट लाइक जस्ट टू स्टार्ट द गेम दे स्टार्टेड विद काय हैवर्ट्ज and Joao Felix, and comparatively to their stature, Nat Phillips is very like commanding. उसका size बड़ा है. He can square up to them, and so I feel Joel Matip का थोड़ा सा ऐसा है कि even again with post injury recovery he has lost his touch, and he looks more like Mamadou Sakho of yesteryears.
बैम्बी ऑन आइस.
Bambi on
बैम्बी ऑन.
ice. हाँ, वो Bambi on ice है. उसका क्लियरेंस बेकार है. अब क्लियर भी नहीं करते. एक एक मोमेंट था मैच में, ठीक है, चेल्सी के आउटसाइड द बॉक्स खड़े हैं. मैटिप भाई कोनाटे को साइडवेज पास कर रहा है इन द बॉक्स. मैं बोला क्लियर करना भाई. व्हाई आर वी डूइंग दिस? व्हाई आर वी सेल्फ सबोटाजिंग आवरसेल्व्स? इधर क्यों कर रहे हो? So we have completely lost the basics of football. I think Simikas was shocking. हाँ, उसका कॉर्नर टेकिंग एबिलिटी भी खराब था. एंड he did not do really well. He did not provide that necessary outlet. He could have combined with the pace of Darwin, and let's say how Darwin and Robertson are well in tune right now comparatively to like a Darwin Simikas. But again, Darwin shouldn't be in the left wing. Like he should be playing through the center. Jota, the problem is he's not quick enough to be in the center, like
Jota, don't even get me started on Jota. Like Jota has been so bad. Like ठीक है मानता हूँ कुछ chances City के against assist provide किए, but come on man, he's a striker. एक साल से गोल नहीं मारा है उस बंदे ने. एक साल
अरे
से गोल नहीं
but
मारा उसने.
he had a very long injury stint, like
I
he's
I
coming
I
back from
understand
injury, and so
I understand Roshan bhai,
so
but the thing is
the
कि
other
it is sabotaging our season. That is the thing.
हाँ, नहीं, आई गेट दैट, बट हमारे पास और भी फॉरवर्ड्स हैं नहीं ना, लाइक तू अगर देखेगा, बॉबी को भी डाला हमने हमने साला को हटा के, वी ट्राइड अ कंप्लीटली न्यू टैक्टिक. आई थिंक इट वाज अ गुड स्टेटमेंट दैट यू सेड टू ट्रेंट आल्सो कि भाई अगर तू नहीं खेल रहा है तो तू बाहर बैठेगा, लाइक दैट स्टेटमेंट वाज मेड. Hopefully that is a statement being made saying that if you are not going to perform, then other people in those places will get chance. Salah ke liye we can't say anything because he literally plays every game, so he needs some rest. And I guess we wanted to like change a little bit of a tactic. I'm more sympathetic towards Jota because I know a fully fit Jota what he can do, and so
Yeah,
at
I
this
think जैसे
point, हाँ,
क्लॉप है ना रोशन भाई वही जोटा का भी हाल है कि they are living on what they have done for the club. Like
right,
yeah, like one of our core members of IFP, Shambhavi है. So she is saying they don't know much about football, but Chelsea and Liverpool are the most talked about. The fact is they are talked about because वो इतना गंदा खेल रहे हैं. दिक्कत ये है अभी
ठीक
at
है,
this point of time.
यार तुम्हें let us take some hope कि Chelsea even spending half of Boli's savings into it is still
Yeah,
worse than
I
Liverpool.
know, I
They're not.
know.
So I'm happy. Like ठीक है, FSG को तुम गाली देते रहते हो, but FSG has won in this argument where they said Chelsea ने इतने पैसे डाल लिए, उनका क्या हो गया? तो I mean I'm just joking, but
I
the
understand.
you can look at it that perspective. But I'll say this though, Klopp needs to take some blame because he had players who could have been given a chance. He could have
True,
thrown in a Arthur Melo there. Why do
true.
we always go back to James Milner? क्या चाहिए इस
Milner.
बंदे से?
I don't
He that
understand
man
the
does
point of bringing
that
him.
man
I
doesn't
don't,
drink Ribena, but somebody check his knees. They might be sore.
dude, seriously, हर मैच में मिलनर और एलियट तो दो ऐसे है कि खेलेंगे ही खेलेंगे. It's like
ठीक
Klopp
है,
has an agenda.
Elliot is a player for future. You want to
हाँ,
have him
नहीं,
playing around. That is fine.
unpopular opinion, I like Elliot in
ठीक
midfield
है.
also. But the thing is कि
Miller is
बहुत
twice the
ज्यादा
age
खिला
of
रहा है.
Elliot.
वही, exactly, I know.
Milner should be probably sitting on the bench, probably in a coaching role rather than as a player right now for Liverpool. If you
Yeah,
think he's that valuable to the squad, add him to the coaching staff. But I don't want to
true.
see him playing on the pitch.
Yeah,
And
I
I don't
get
know
it.
what can a Milner do in last 20 or 10 minutes
I
that the
know.
team could not do. I think Arthur Melo should have been put down. अगर वो हकता भी तो ठीक है. This is the player who is going on his way out, probably because it's just a loan, right? And so why
Right.
not use them when we have these players until the end of the season? So yeah, horrendous substitutions also, which made literally no sense. And then he took out Nunez instead of taking out Jota.
I know.
That
For
that
me,
that
like
I don't understand at all. That's something that was
honestly,
beyond me. I'm
सेम
like,
चीज चैंपियंस लीग के सेमीफाइनल में भी वो मैं सेमीफाइनल ही कह रहा हूँ पहुंचे तो वहां तक तो हम लोग है सेकंड लेग में भी
round of
हुई
16.
है ना और राउंड ऑफ 16 या सी द क्लब यार बिकम लाइक वन ऑफ आवर सब व्यूअर्स अभी जो है ही वर्क्स विद अस आल्सो आईएफपी में so he's like Liverpool didn't even score one goal against Chelsea and honestly the attacking form has been a bit shocking too like एक अटैक ही सही चल रहा था so far and to see it happening is sad and कल आपने देखा होगा हेंडरसन और एलिसन के बीच में they started having a little bit of a scuffle. What are your thoughts about that? Because it made me sad. Genuinely, it did.
I think Henderson is taking out the frustration of him not playing well on Allison, and
Yeah.
you are squaring up to a player who's basically saved your asses.
True.
Else our goal difference we goals conceded would have been 100 this season. Right now at this stage, we would have been like in relegation zone because if Allison wasn't playing. So for Henderson to do that, he needs to pipe down a little bit and look at himself first of all.
I know. अपने
You can
गिरबान
you
में
can
झाँक कर देखो.
Exactly. You can be what leader you want to be. You are not leading the side in scoring goals anyways. So you
I
need to look at yourself before doing that. And I feel at this point, let's give the armband to Allison.
I
That guy has been the most honest in post matches also, where he said that we are literally not doing good enough. People in the front of the goal have to do better, and he has been Uh, he has shown that he is more captain material than Van Dijk, than Milner, or even Henderson. And I think
Agreed.
even after this season, if Henderson comes down onto the pitch and plays for Liverpool, I would have serious thoughts on supporting Liverpool post 2023 season, because I mean, now enough is
The
enough.
the big statement.
No, no, it is enough is enough. Like, I mean, I have too many other sports that I really like to follow. I'll probably follow NFL rather than follow Liverpool playing with
Same as
Henderson. Yeah. I mean, and the only positive that I saw in the game was Fabinho. He was there. He was tackling. He was just being the Fabinho that he is. Like, he does this silly tackles, but sometimes they're important. Also, getting those yellow cards. But again, not 100%. But I'm happy with, at least he's making progress from a clueless chicken who is just running around the ground. वो नहीं होता है football का, when you used to play football in our school, there's this
well.
ball and there's this guy who is trying to go behind the ball, and every time he reaches the ball, somebody kicks it away from him. So
I know,
literally
I
the only
know.
thing he's doing is just running.
वैसे
So,
टॉकिंग अबाउट लिविंग द स्पोर्ट, अभी हमारा अभिराज है हमारे, वो कहते हैं ही लाइक क्लॉप लिविंग सैकिंग कमिंग सून अभी, इफ क्लॉप leaves the club, I think that is the point when Roshan bhai and I will start watching, will start supporting New York Yankees baseball में, और हम लोग छोड़ देंगे भाई, हम लोग छोड़ देंगे,
नहीं,
हमसे
but
नहीं हो पाएगा ये.
the reason this now comes up, and I also thought, would Klopp get sacked? Because then now you have good managers that are available. You have a Nagelsmann that is available. Why wouldn't you
Right.
snag a Nagelsmann for Klopp? I mean, why is Liverpool so
Uh,
loyal to a Klopp? I mean,
नहीं मतलब
now,
I
now,
think.
now, now, I'll give you an argument how Ashutosh would think from our group, right? Right, like 7 years where we have won 6 trophies. Probably only 2 seasons that we have won trophies. In two
Agree.
seasons, we have all the trophies aggregated, and so the other 5-6 years, let's say, चल ठीक है, पहले 3 साल you're rebuilding it. So we haven't been consistently winning trophies. ये season to hogwash. And so, give me a good reason why we want to keep Klopp, right? Like, if he cannot fix the problem in the 38 games, like, let's say you started the season poorly and you build up to, like, okay, now the season is gone, but we will finish on a high. I don't
Right.
see Liverpool finishing this season on a high with Klopp's slab head mentality and just this rigidity towards any change. He looks like a boomer who doesn't want to use computers when they have been introduced. And so, with a mentality like that, I mean, why wouldn't you
Okay.
have Nagelsmann as a manager who might have a refreshing idea? Like that doubt creeps in, right? Like, the club might
Yeah.
not think it that way, but a player from outside, or not player, sorry, the fans from outside would think, right? When we have so many good managers who are available, why not get them?
Yeah,
So that's
it's
the
like
only thing.
how boomers टेक्नोलॉजी को देखते हैं, मिलेनियल्स आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को देख रहे हैं आजकल, और वैसे ही मुझे लग रहा है कि
मैं तेरे को
लिवरपूल
बोलूं,
फैंस फ्लॉप. हाँ हाँ बताओ.
fans could do this. Put the team sheet in ChatGPT, say find out the playing 11, and let's play that playing 11. Or keep 25 players, ask it to give 15, 16 players with substitutes. I would say they would perform much better than what Klopp is actually trying to get across. So ChatGPT
Yeah.
for the win.
सही बात है, एफएसजी को बता मत दो, ये वो कर भी देंगे वाला काम, उनको जहाँ पैसा बच रहा है ना,
पैसा बच
दे
रहा है ना
वुड,
यार मैनेजर का.
दे आर दे
तुम
आर वेरी प्रोग्रेस.
LFC पे क्या LFC के ऑफिशियल अकाउंट पे पोल डाल दो, एंड बस
या
सेंड आवर टीम शीट्स. मैनेजर की भी जरूरत
वो
नहीं.
वो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को साला की जगह राइट विंग पे खिला लेंगे यार, एफएसडी वाले बहुत प्रोग्रेस है, एफएसडी वाले बहुत प्रोग्रेस है
एफएससी
रोशन
का
भाई.
चला तो एलिसन को आगे खिला देंगे और पीछे वो केलेहर को.
But वही है, like on a serious note, what I feel is कि Klopp जैसा भी है ना, I know with the, see I really like whenever you say कि FSD is still not that bad as an ownership, जैसे कुछ क्लब्स की ownership से, लेकिन I still feel that with the budget Klopp has got, he has done a fairly good enough job. Like as Abhi also says, कि it's a love
See,
story between Liverpool and Klopp, and I agree.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. All of this comes from a place of frustration where we know what Klopp can do. We know Klopp has bought in players who people would have thought are done and dusted, and he has given them a new life. Or probably people who would think they're not good enough for the squads, he has made them better.
True.
He has done a lot of things. Probably Liverpool's 7-8 years that we have been able to enjoy after 2010 is probably all credit to him, but at certain point he has to adapt. Like he adapted Gegen pressing, where he was like full metal khela. By January the whole squad was depleted, and so he adapted to that, and he said, okay, I don't have to play like this, I have to play it better, because Germany में winter break होता है, यहाँ पे नहीं होता है, like you still play games on Boxing Day and New Year's. And so
Right,
he adapted, and so he has to learn that football is changing, people playing football around us are changing, and the
I agree.
players that have been playing this are not changing, right?
True, true,
Clearly
true.
there is
Like
a,
adaptation is the word for you.
and
So we are,
nobody saying कि Henderson एक बुरा player है, या फिर all these
huh,
players are not bad players, they're just not good enough to play a system that other teams have
totally
adapted. Like how can we be at the level or as good as Brighton or a Brentford? That doesn't make sense to me.
makes sense. अभी तो उनके
So
भी level पे नहीं है रोशन भाई.
true.
Yeah,
Well, but still, like in terms of points, if we are like scrubbing
yeah.
pads with them, then it's sad that we are at par on points with those teams where we have a better investment, we have better infrastructure, we have
Right, right.
nutritionists and stuff like that. So essentially, we should be doing much better than them. Is
एक
what I
चीज पूछूंगा. So
yeah.
like आप as like for you adaptation is the way to go for Klopp. So talking about Arsenal game अभी टाइम बहुत ज्यादा हो चुका है, तो मैं आपसे यही
हाँ,
पूछूंगा लास्ट में.
yeah.
रोशन भाई क्या लगता है क्या स्कोर रहेगा लिवरपूल वर्सेस आर्सेनल में जाते जाते?
I think Arsenal will win 2-0 or something. 2-0, 3-0. Because the only reason is I don't see us scoring a goal. कहाँ से आएगा? And not because our attackers are bad, our midfielders are not just giving them enough chances. So, like, if you give them 4 chances, they'll score 1 or 2. So, it's not only just on Cody Gakpo, Nunez, Jota, or Salah to make everything happen and be that Hanuman with the Sanjeevani booty in their hands, right? Like
Right.
they can't do all of that, and the midfield has to turn up for it, or the fullbacks have to be the creative outlet for Liverpool, which has been the case in previous years. So unless we provide
Totally.
that kind of a situation for our attackers to flourish, nothing's going to happen. Like Arsenal is, they're having such a great season. They have turned around games where they have been like 2-0, 3-0 ahead. So even if Liverpool scores 2-0, or we scored the first goal against City, then we saw what happened. So
I
I'm
agree.
accepting a similar fate. If we do a 0-0 draw, I would say we came out pretty unscathed with the crazy run of fixtures. Apart from Man City, if we are just coming out with draws, I would rather take a draw rather than losing at this point.
I take it. I get it. सही है.
Yeah.
तो रोशन भाई की तरफ से वर्डिक्ट है 2-0. अभी से लिवरपूल 2-1 जीतेगी. Anyway, so we also are previewing the El Clasico tonight at 12 बजे. मैं और दो ही करेंगे. We would be joined by Anshul. And thank you Roshan bhai for
Yeah,
always being such a
absolutely.
vivacious figure with us, always being so lively. And yeah, I just hope कि हम लोग ऐसे lively रहे, because आप मैं दर्शन भाई even for that matter, because बहुत जरूरी रह गया है ऐसे टाइम्स में रातों को नींद नहीं आती है. But it is what it is. I hope everything goes right, and we can say again that at the end of the storm there will be a golden sky.
Golden sky.
चलिए, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Anukarsh.
joining
It is
us.
always fun.
That's us. Please comment जो भी आपको लगता है लिवरपूल वर्सेस आर्सेनल में predictions. Hopefully Liverpool does well, and of course Arsenal also does well, because हमें neutral रहना पड़ता है इंडी फुटबॉल पॉडकास्ट पे. Thank you for joining us. Keep liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Indie Football Podcast. Thank you.
See you guys. Bye.